What an absolute gorgeous day to build a deck. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. I still have to lay this thing out, make sure it's all level. I still got to rip the siding off the bottom part of this house. I need to take the downspout off. So let's get to it. It's going to be great. So we need to make some stakes for our layout lines that we're going to be putting on the house here. I've got some old leftover pallets that I did with an old tabletop I built in another video on my channel here. You could watch if you wanted to. I'm just going to make some stakes out of those and drive them in the ground. The plan shows the deck being 16 feet out. So for these layout stakes, I'm going to actually go back past about a foot past that, maybe 17 and a half feet. I'll go out and I'm going to put one on either side. And that way that little string here is going to be able to lay on that board that goes across it. And then we can move it side to side to actually square up the deck. So I'm going to put that one in the ground right there. Okay. Yeah, my sister-in-law, I helped her with her deck, so she's going to be paying me back by helping me with this one. But I didn't want her to have to come over here and just watch me do this all day long, so I gave her a break. So she'll be over in probably next weekend, she'll be helping out. So you'll get to see her on future videos, but not right now. Man, it is beautiful out here. All right, we'll leave it like that for now. And then once we square this thing up, or go to square this thing up, we can move this around back and forth. So we'll just leave it like that, and then I'll do the other side. Okay, we're gonna use the 3-4-5 method to make sure this is squared up against the house. So I've measured out 4 feet from the house. I'm gonna measure out 3 feet here, which is right here, which I'll probably just mark it right on this piece because we're gonna be taking it off anyway. All right, now that line to that line should be 5 feet. If it's not, we'll have to adjust it to make sure we are. We are a little, looks like we're a little off. We're probably gonna need to bring it in just a tad. Just, yeah, by a ½ inch maybe. Let's move this in just a little bit. Huh, went in a little too far. All right, that should be good to go. I wanted to show you guys this very precise tool that I'm going to be using to lay out where the concrete pillars are going to go. So we know exactly where they're going to be and the exact diameter of the holes, okay? This is a very important tool. So I'm going to show it to you right now, okay? It's Pete's box. Since my compass is not big enough to mark this 12-inch line, I'm going to have to do something creative with a pencil to make this work. So that's almost perfect. Let's do that. So I'm going to go to the center of the hole. And this should, if I do it right, get me all the way around. Of course, it doesn't matter because it doesn't have to be perfect anyway, because, you know, it's a hole. It's going to be a 12-inch auger bit that's going to be drilling this hole, and it's going to be huge. All I'm wanting to do is just kind of lay out a line and spray paint around it so I know exactly where, roughly where it's going to go. So that's all I'm doing. Where are my scissors? Well, guess I'll just have to use my knife. Oh, gotta put my peepers on so I can see. Okay. Perfect. perfectly straight. Let's get these holes laid out. All right, the plan calls for the hole to be 5 foot 1.5 inches away from the post there. So I've marked a little line on here, and I'm going to use my plumb bob to kind of line this circle up here. If I can do that, it's going to be close enough. I can kind of line that up with the center of this circle. It's about right there. And now we'll just spray paint it. So we can come back next week. Whoop, just messed that up. We can come back next week and make sure that these holes are hopefully still going to be, or the circles are still going to be on the grass. All right, right there. So tomorrow is Mother's Day, so we're not going to be working on this thing tomorrow. We'll probably start digging the holes next weekend, hopefully. But I do want to wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day. We're going to celebrate. Okay, well, I've got about 14 more of those to go. Now we're going to remove the siding on the wall all the way, probably about 2 pieces up and all the way around, all the way on both ends. I'd like to put a piece of aluminum up here to kind of flash it before we put our ledger board on. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. I might speed it up so you guys don't have to like watch all this monotonous stuff. Eventually, all this is going to have to come off because we're going to have to remove this window and frame out the sliding glass door. So I'm not going to go ahead and do it right now, because I want to get the rest of this stuff laid out, but eventually we're going to take it completely off. My son was just staring at me out the window, laughing at me because I'm talking to a camera. He's right. Well, at least if I wasn't talking to the camera, I'd be talking to myself. So at least I'm talking to somebody. I'm glad you guys are here watching right now, that's for sure. You know, why don't I have him out here helping out? That's a good question. He's probably in there playing his Xbox or his Oculus or his Switch. I think he's going to be helping us out if he ain't working this summer, because he does have a job, so at least that's good. So he might not be able to help out because he'll be at work. But any days that he's not working, he'll be here. Well, look who decided to show up against his will. It's my son, Connor. Hey, Con Man, why don't you say something to the 15 people who are going to watch this video? You going to say anything? All right, well, let's get to work. We're going to put up this piece of flashing right here. I need him to help me with that. So we're going to do it. Okay, so we need to cut this piece of aluminum flashing, and it needs to be 16 feet long. So grab that T-handle square thingy. And I need my pencil. All right, bring it on over. All right, for now, we don't need that, but if you could take this tape measure and stick it down on the end of that piece of aluminum, huh?
Do you want me to stick it flat, or?
Just stick it up like on the edge. See where that hook is? Stick it on the edge. There you go. Oh, it's not long enough. If you can grab that and pull it toward you a little bit. There you go. Oh, perfect, right there. 16 feet. All right, let it go. Do you want to cut this or not?
Sure.
You want to? Okay, try not to cut your fingers because this knife is sharp.
Isn't this your pocket knife thing?
Yes, it is. So you're going to put your hand on this like this right here. All right, don't put your finger over the edge. I've seen people cut their fingers really bad. And you're going to just come straight down. You're going to score it straight down, and you're going to do it 2 times.
Isn't this bad for the knife?
It doesn't matter. I can change the blades.
Did I hold it like this?
Yes. Now just make sure you keep your fingers off the edge. Yeah, good and far away from that. Give it a nice good score.
Oh.
Keep the blade down. Do not jump it up off the thing there. There you go. All right, and do one little quick over top of it. Okay. Go ahead and give me the knife. I'll go ahead and close it. All right, now we're going to go ahead and break it. There you go. All right, so what you got to do to break it?
I couldn't get all
You bring
the
it
way
up.
down.
No, that's fine. You bring it up on both sides like that. And then we'll fold it, kind of fold it over. There you go. Perfect. And now push it down. And it just kind of breaks. That one little piece. There you go. Well, that might have something
Is there
to do with
another
it.
nail?
No, there's a... It's only like 18 freaking wasp nests up in here. Do it real quick there. 8 years of wasp nests. Yeah. That might be
None
something.
of those are active.
No, they're not. The active ones are, I'm not going to say. So I'll have you hammer a couple nails in here. There's your hammer.
This weighs less than I remembered.
Well, yeah, you were little when you used it last time. Okay. So the aluminum on this particular one, this is the original aluminum that was on the house.
There's so many holes in it.
Yeah, we might have to redo that as well. We're definitely going to redo this one because the last one I put in was crap. So we'll do this one and then we'll be done. And then you can go back to fabulous hours of
Doing nothing.
Oculus or whatever it is you do for fun.
Impeccable stance.
Huh?
Mm.
Thanks, buddy.
What a stud.
Why, thank you, son. Appreciate that.
I was remembering like one of your first comments.
What?
One of your first comments on one of your shorts was "What a stud." I don't know who said it.
I don't either. That's kind of weird.
But it was a guy.
Oh, even better. It was a guy?
Yeah. I think it was like satire.
Probably a guy making fun of me. Yeah, whatever. But since we don't have an aluminum brake and we're just putting flat stock on the wall, in the corners, it's just going to be 2 pieces of aluminum coming together. So obviously if water gets in between here, it's going to get water in the crack. So we're going to go ahead and just put some cheap pieces of aluminum that we've kind of hand bent that look like crap, but it don't really matter because it's going to be behind the wall. I'm just going to stick that up behind here and fill in that gap. So if water did get behind here, which it won't because this is all going to end up being under roof anyway, but I want to go overkill. I just push that up in there and it'll just in case water got behind there, it should catch it and just come back down here and drip out here instead of going into the actual house. So that's what I'm going to do with all of those all the way around. It's been a long day. I've gotten all the holes laid out. It took me a little bit longer because I had to relay out the 4 front holes because I had the layout lines wrong. So I'm not a professional. Also, I did have to take the layout lines off because I had to keep moving them around to lay out other parts of the deck, like the part of the bay that's sticking out. So I'm going to go ahead and finish taking all the stuff off here, and then I'm going to put on some aluminum flashing to get this watertight before we put the ledger board on. So that's probably going to be the last thing I do tonight. And then I'll move on to tomorrow, Mother's Day. Just need to get this little piece off of here, and then I'm going to go ahead and flash over top of all this. These are going to stay because we still need these vents for the dryer, one of the bathroom vents in the basement, and then the central vacuum system in the house. It's going to need it to stay as well. So we're going to probably end up having to put our ledger board on each side and kind of frame around this, but we'll make it work. Okay, that's going to be about it for the night. I'd like to thank my sponsor for letting me use their pizza box for the layouts. That was great. Next week, we're going to probably be digging the holes. I've got the mini skid steer with the auger bit rented already from Home Depot. Also, we're going to possibly, if we have time, do the concrete, but I don't know for sure how long it's going to take because my daughter is graduating next weekend, so I won't be able to have it 2 days. We'll just be doing it one day. So I appreciate you watching the video. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.